A whirlwind 24 hours or so for the president and world affairs in a sense as he arrived in Singapore for the historic summit with North Korea's Kim Jong-un on the heels of the G7 meeting in Canada that held a glimmer of hope before dissolving into diplomatic commotion and acrimony among the U.S. and its allies that feels rather unprecedented. Let's bring in Republican strategist Susan Delpercio, an MSNBC political analyst, and former Vermont Governor Howard Dean, former DNC chairman, also an MSNBC contributor. Welcome to you both. Howard, to you first. I want to quickly tick off this timeline. Friday, 5 p.m., Trump and Trudeau all smiles at the press availability. Shortly after 10 a.m. yesterday, the president in the impromptu news conference says he's got a great relationship with G7 members. It was tremendously successful, this whole G7. 4:33 p.m., Canada's Justin Trudeau commenced a news conference where he refuted some of the president's declarations and announced his country will not be pushed around in negotiations. Then you have 7 p.m. last night, the president on Air Force One sending a withering tweet calling Trudeau dishonest and weak. 9 a.m. hour today, the president's top economic advisors launching some broadsides on Trudeau, saying he stabbed the U.S. leader in the back. It feels extraordinary, this level of acrimony, Howard. Are we just getting exposed to negotiations that may really be this tough behind the scenes, but rarely spill over into public view?
Well, no, this is not usual and not normal, and Donald Trump is not normal. Trump has no idea how to be president. He absolutely doesn't. He basically had a temper tantrum, a three-year-old, of the sort of a three-year-old has. He thinks this is effective. It isn't. I bet you Trudeau just went up 10 points in the Canadian polls as a result of this. So who knows what's going to happen? I think in the end, Trump's advisors may prevail on him, but if he goes ahead and has a trade war with his allies, you're going to get the election of a very left-wing president in Mexico. Those elections are just a few weeks away. You're going to get the United States, which is already halfway there, losing their position of leadership in the world. And lots of people will suffer, not just the United States.
You know, Susan, if you're the president and you're frustrated with tariff and trade imbalances by his perception, maybe you need to mix it up a little. Is that what's happening here? Could this be perhaps the most direct and eventually effective way?
No, I think actually the president is mistaking his relationship with these world leaders to our country's relationship with these world leaders. He's not putting America first. He's actually just trying to put Donald Trump first. He's taking the role, the only role he knows, and that's to be a bully. And while these leaders were trying to figure out how to wait out their time in dealing with this administration, they now have to focus on having a plan. And of that plan, what concerns me the most is they are our greatest intelligence relationship that we have. And if they don't feel comfortable, if Europe doesn't and Canada doesn't feel comfortable giving us information, intelligence about Russia, for example, that's very problematic for the United States, and that really will leave us isolated and vulnerable.
Listen, guys, I wish you could have seen my face moments ago when Nick said in my ear that we have to go, but I am looking at the clock. It's been such a jam-packed hour with lots of breaking news. I promise to make it up to you both because I love you both. Thank you so much.
Thank you.